Hello, this is Adrienne Wentworth. It's been a while since I delivered a video message for you. I did a Spirit Speaks where I channel messages from all of the super beings, the very evolved beings in spirit in April, and they did a beautiful job of explaining what is going on right now here on Earth. And you can listen to that channeling on my homepage of my website. And of course, they can tell you in very clear ways what is going on. And I'm here today to just share with you a few things that I think is important that may help you during this time. First of all, there is so much energy coming into our planet, and I know that many of you are feeling this in very physical ways. There are a lot of you who are experiencing dizziness and really worried about that dizziness because it doesn't seem to pass. And this is a symptom of so much energy coming into the planet and into you, but yet you're not open enough to be able to receive that energy. And it's so important right now that we work on expanding all parts of us, expanding our spiritual bodies. And many of you have very expanded spiritual bodies because you've done meditation, you've done a lot of spiritual work. But then when the energy tries to move into your mental bodies, your emotional bodies, your vital force etheric bodies, and your physical bodies, there are so many blocks that's what causes that imbalance, that dizziness. And so again, I know you probably get real tired of hearing this, that you have to keep clearing your channels, all of them, dealing with your issues, working out all of the old blocked energies. So all of that spiritual energy can move through you, and you can become like a well-honed spiritual machine. But now the energy, the vibrations of spirit can come all the way through. What I'm seeing as a sticking point right now are egos. Our egos are clinging to what we've known for all of our lifetimes and having a real hard time letting go. So we're not only battling dark forces, we are battling ourselves, our egos. And this is very difficult because our egos can be our best friends or they can be our worst enemies. Very, very attached to what is known, what has worked, let's say, to keep you surviving, not necessarily thriving, but surviving in our physical form, our 3D worlds. And that is very hard to let go of because the ego is just trying to keep us surviving. And yet the energy that is coming in is saying you have to let go now. You have to let go now. And yet the 3D world that we have been connected to, that we have been merged into, is starting to loosen. And as it loosens, as, like I say, the 3D world is starting to, it's like waving almost, like the systems are starting to shake and starting to destabilize, let's say. And as that happens, the ego is getting even more and more frightened. And so I'm seeing that people are having anxiety attacks, panic attacks. And sometimes it's manifesting as like physical heart palpitations, like they feel like you're having a heart attack, like too quick, rapid heart palpitations. And this is something that I've seen many run to the emergency room, get checked out, and they're fine. There's like, well, all of your tests come out okay, and it is that panic and anxiety that is causing it. And of course, whenever we are in the state of fear and anxiety, we attract the the negative energy, the dark force energy, because it's an easy vibration for them to connect to. And I'm not saying, well, just let go, don't worry about it, because that's not how we function. That is not even logical, practical. But what you can do is protect your system. Get your system, all parts of you, strong and protected. And by doing this, it's going to help you stay connected to the help that is truly there for us now. It is going to help you stay grounded and balanced during this very difficult period. And as you know, most of you who have listened to me before, I have brought through an energy in 1993 called the Krista energy. And this energy came through then for what we need now. And what we need now is strong protection within all parts of us that is permanent, that we don't have to keep working at all day long just to stay safe. Because that is the distraction that is going on out there, to keep us so busy just trying to provide for our basic needs, to be able to have some sense of safety in a world that is literally falling apart. And here, as you know, so many are here to be able to bring in the new frequencies, to be able to plant the new seeds for humanity and the earth. And yet, if you do not have that foundational piece in place where you can withstand the strongest storms that hit us, and I'm talking emotional storms, mental storms, negative energy pounding you, just pounding away at you, you're not going to be able to do what you came here to do. And this is something that I hear from those that I work with constantly. What am I here to do? What am I here to do? What is my purpose? What is my role? What is my mission? And none of that matters if you are not prepared and you are not able to be able to bring in and hold yourself strong, steady, balanced. There's nothing that, you can't really be of use to spirit then. And so what this Krista energy does, it is cosmic Christ energy in specific vibrations. And those vibrations are encoded for what we need today. And we need to awaken all parts of us. We need to awaken our true spiritual natures. We need to awaken our higher aspects, our gifts and abilities. We need to protect all parts of us. We need to be able to protect our environments, others, umbrella, like we need to be able to umbrella others who are worthy and innocent, and yet don't know how to stay safe. And we need to be able to protect and send this healing to the earth as well, to help her through her transition. It is a self-healing energy, which means it's going to keep helping you bring up what is held, what is still unhealed within you. Bring it up to the surface so you can look at it and you can release it. It will transform much of what is there and help to increase your vibration from that lower density to a higher frequency. It will help to loosen the dark force interferences that you have within your spiritual body that keep you from being able to fully and completely align with God's energy and be able to bring it into your physical body. And this is huge. This is so important because even if you have the connection, if you cannot bring that powerful frequency into self and ground it, it is not going to be usable. And this is something that we're being asked to really consider, that God's energy is powerful. And if you don't have also the strength, the insulation, I like to say, in your energy system, you're not going to be able to bring it in and utilize it. And what is happening right now is so much energy is coming into those who are open, to those who are connected, but they're not able to ground it, and it's pulling them out. And you feel very ungrounded, very spacey, and again, it can cause that dizziness, that vertigo that is going on. So this is important, to be able to self-heal, to release the dark force interferences that have been hardwired into your spiritual body since almost the beginning of your experience coming out of Source. It didn't take long before this started to occur. And then it is a healing energy for others, which means it just comes and emanates and radiates out of you. Whether you're talking to others, whether you're doing any kind of therapy with hands-on, it is a healing frequency. And this energy works synergistically with all other energies. So it's not a replacement energy like, oh, you should just be doing the Krista energy. It's a foundational piece. When you do this, all of your spiritual work will be more effective. All of the energies that you carry and work with will be more effective because you can hold them, ground them, and you have the strength to use them. There is something very important also with this energy. When you carry the Krista energy, it spontaneously flows out of your heart, and it touches everyone within your auric field. And it will come up against their heart centers and vibrate. And if they open to it, it will go through their heart centers, through the channels that go from heart center to the seat of your soul. Seat of the soul is a little to the right of the heart center, a little higher up, about the size of your thumb. It will go in, protect their souls. It's like envelop the soul with Krista energy, protect the soul, and start to awaken it. It will not draw their energy back to you. It is a gift that then you carry out to the world. And this is so important right now, that more feel the call to attune to the Krista energy, so that they have this gift to share with everyone they come in contact with. The persons that you connect with do not have to consciously know this is going on. It's just a vibration that comes in front of them when you do the mantra. The energy comes out. And it will not force its way into them. So higher energies never do anything to you. They never interfere. They never come in unless invited. But this is something that the heart will respond to when it feels this pure cosmic Christ energy vibrating. It's like, oh yes. And now the energy is evolving constantly so that we can send it to all of those in need. So as the earth, and right now, if you've been watching what is going on in the entire globe, you'll see that the earthquakes that are happening are intensifying in frequency. I mean, they're just everywhere. It's just going on and on and on. And this is because everything is loosening as it should. It is loosening. But as there are eruptions, and as there are traumatic events happening and you know people are in pain, suffering, you can send the Krista energy to them with your intention and through your hands. You have palm chakras, and these get activated when you have the Krista energy attunement. You can send it to them and have their souls protected and send healing and balancing energy to them. So it's a gift that you can continue to use to help all of God's creations, all of humanity, the animals, the earth itself needs this so desperately. And I want to remind you that it's also a manifesting energy. And this is something that, we're told that if Jesus, told us that, and I say this a lot, that whatever I have done, you can do and more. And yet, we don't truly believe that until we start experiencing it for ourselves. And the activations that happen when you work with this energy after you build the foundation for self, in other words, after you can handle that kind of activation, this is what it's for, to be able to activate those higher parts of self and to be able to receive the seeds that are coming into our planet now, to be able to do just as Jesus said, to be able to feed those who are hungry, to heal those who are sick, and to never worry about your basic needs. And this is something that is occurring now, but it's occurring very quietly, because the forces that are in power do not want to see this occurring and do not want humanity to know that it is possible. They want humanity to stay in bondage and be very controlled. Well, we are quietly preparing ourselves, so as the systems break down, we activate and we are ready to serve in greater ways. Now here comes that little problem with the ego again. The ego may say, I can't do that. I could never do that. Yes, you can. And it doesn't matter how much training you have. It matters the purity of your heart, the purity of your intention. And so the Krista energy is here to be given to all of those who are pure of heart and truly want to serve. And then there are the egos that say, ooh, I can't wait to be able to demonstrate and have everyone think that I am so great and wonderful. No, that won't happen either. No. And that's another part of the ego that has to be honed. Because you cannot abuse this energy. You can use it for the highest good of all, but it cannot harm or hurt anyone. And it is truly your high self working with God's energy that will say when it is right for you to demonstrate. You will be the humble servant that says, can I help in this way? Because sometimes we want to help and yet it is not appropriate for someone to be healed. It is their karma or their experience, or they truly want to leave. And right now you're seeing many in your lives who are either leaving right now or are ill. And I think it's interesting because some of the illnesses that people are choosing right now are because they're like, ooh, I'm getting ready to leave and I would like to finish off some of my karmic experience, and this is the best way I can learn. And this is something that you have to stand back and say, then I will support you in what you need by sending you healing to help you through that process, to help you balance, to help you go to the places that you need to go when you do leave. And this is all part of our roles here on Earth. So the Krista energy, because it is so important that as many of you as possible understand the need for it and understand the gift that you will carry with it, that throughout the month of June, all of us at Krista Resources are offering a special price for you to get your level 1 Krista attunement. Normally I charge, and we charge, $129 for the attunement. Through the month of June, we are going to charge $85 to help all of you. And this is something that then will be permanent. You have with you not only for this lifetime, but many, many lifetimes after. In other words, that protection is within your energy system. And it does not hinder your spiritual process in any way. It expands as you expand, but it keeps that coating on your channels, so as negative energy hits and tries to imbalance you and tries to disturb your peace, instead of that, it just bounces off and you're able to hold yourself steady. I always say that the Krista energy is green beret energy. In other words, it's for those who are here to do a very hard job and have special skills and abilities, and they need it to be able to be out there in the front lines. When there is so much fear right now because of this 3D reality shifting and people feel threatened, their very survival feels threatened, that the fear is very strong. And if you show your light, oftentimes you're showing your light so people can find you and you can help them, but they send their negative energy, their fear comes at you, and they try to get you to take on their energy and clear it for them, and that cannot be allowed. But it can be so overwhelming that you decide to just hide your light. And so it doesn't matter what kind of therapy that you're doing right now. It's like there are massage therapists, there are chiropractors, nurses, doctors, psychotherapists who know they need this type of protection because people are releasing around them all of the time, and it's hard to stay separate from the negative energy. And so this gives the protection that is needed. And school teachers, with all of the chaos going on. And now it's everywhere, whether you work in an office, whether you're just in a grocery store and people see your light and start to throw their negative energy on you. So you need this to be able to stand up and be strong and do what you're truly here to do. So I know it kind of sounds like a infomercial for the Krista energy, and that's exactly what it is. You guys need to know this. All right. So we are headed into more earth changes. It's going to be more tumultuous. Frequency is going to keep happening. And I want you to know that this is what is your best tool to have at this time. Bless you.